The whole question of right or wrong existence hinges on the source of vital force. In short, from where we get our energy and motivation. Life is built and revolves around the source of its stimulus. In other words, our motivation. What the conscious mind is to the spirit above it, the subconscious mind is to the environment. The receptive conscious mind should scan the inner universe, and receive a deep knowing, and then communicate the information to the subconscious, which in turn digests and translates this information into flesh, whatever is received through the conscious mind, the enlightened mind. Animals lived in a closed circuit with nature, you see. They cannot fall from paradise. They live in a constant state of paradise in a sense. They can be neither right nor wrong, moral, immoral. They are amoral. That means there's no ultimate choice between good and evil, and knowing right from wrong and all the rest of it. They live right all the time in a sense. Not that it's right because they can't be wrong. After all, if you can't be wrong, how can you be right? And that's the state we call amorality, to coin a term. They just are. They live in a closed circuit with nature. There's nothing beyond their relationship with their environment. And the environment is to their mind what the spirit is to ours. We have a conscious mind which is supportive of that presence of the spirit, which is an environment to the spiritual self. The inner presence is to the conscious mind, as the environment is to the subconscious of the animal. Now we have two mechanisms unlike the animal. The animal has one, its relationship to its environment. That's all. And it lives in this closed circuit. And human beings have two. We have the natural self that is governed by natural laws, actually fallen to be governed by natural laws. We shouldn't be so governed by natural laws. We should not be victim of our environment, putting it that way, but we should be stronger than the natural laws. If you remember the scriptures, that certain very select men, like Moses and Jesus, they had supernatural powers at times. The so-called miracles are not really miracles at all, from the normal frame of reference, from the normal state, being subject to higher truths. Then all the laws of nature are subservient to us. Almost mystical, magical state is the rightful heritage of man. But we're born in this, what we call the fallen state, subject to the laws of nature, victims of our environment, subject to the terrible forces of nature that seem to oppress us, and we are victimized by our environment, threatened by our environment, made insignificant by those forces. So much so that we wrestle with nature to try to overcome it. And of course, we are preoccupied with the laws of nature, conquering the laws of nature, rather than conquering a wrong relationship with nature. We're conquering it with science and all kinds of clever devices, religious ceremonies, that meditation techniques especially, that help us forget the awesome forces of nature, help us forget the pressures involved. Meditating for oblivion is one of the ways that the guilty mind, the trembling soul, can forget its insignificance